Hey, it's Yash. So it's not like all bad having a sensitive nervous system. There's some positives too because we live in duality. So I've shared a lot about the negatives, and I've shared how to steps we can take to ground our nervous system more to get more balance. That's necessary. But if for people that have a sensitive nervous system, you're gonna have that like the rest of your life. That's not gonna like go away. You can work on it, you can make it more balanced, of course, but you're always going to be a bit sensitive, and this is good. What does it mean to be more sensitive? You're more sensitive to energy. Your perception's more sensitive. You see things maybe that a person who is stuck more on mundane level they don't see. You see the intricacies of things. You're able to perceive kind of the inner workings of life and yourself, how it works. You can do certain levels of introspection and discernment that maybe others can't do. Well, what's the benefit of all that? You start to realize your true spiritual nature easier. You see, this is the main blessing and benefit of having a sensitive nervous system. Your contemplation and meditative abilities can be easier because you already sensitive nervous system means you already you're subtly tuned. You have subtle perception of things. So that works in your favor for those who want to. And that's the purpose. That's the really of having a sensitive nervous system is to for those who are ready to come into their true natural state, realize their real nature, that nature which is going to survive the death of the body. For those beings who find that interesting and fascinating, and they have a strong drive to realize this, a sensitive nervous system is going to help you. You're going to be sensitive to how certain things that you do in life are blocking that self-realization that you want to have. And so you'll stop doing them. A lot of people they have habits and things they do, and it's clear, if you have a sensitive nervous system, that to you, like, hey man, like, why are you doing that? Like, that's blocking you. Like, this isn't auspicious for you. They can't see it. There's people that they don't. You see, this is the hard part. When you're growing up with a sensitive nervous system, this is what can make you feel isolated and alienated, because you don't know you have a sensitive nervous system. You think like everybody must perceive and see things the way you do, and they don't. Like with eating, people with a sensitive nervous system, you when you eat certain foods, you can feel has this added a sense of balance to your existence or not. See, like if I eat heavy meats, especially pork and beef, that's the heaviest. Chicken and turkey's better, fish is even better. But if I'm eating, like, let's say I ate a big steak and pork ribs, like all day, every day, oh man, can't do that. I would suffer. I would be just super dull. My nervous system would be spasming because it wouldn't have any life force. We need extra life force when we have a sensitive nervous system. The intelligence of the body will send all of its surplus energy to our nervous system to balance it, because it knows, like, okay, this is kind of a weak area. Let's keep it balanced. Well, if you're eating a bunch of hard to digest foods, your energy is going to be taken up digesting that, so your nervous system's going to suffer because it needs energy more than normal. So I would feel all that, the effects and consequences. And so then I would expect everybody would feel that. But I learned they don't. They just don't. I asked, like, do you notice the difference if you eat like a big pizza versus some healthy vegetarian meal, rice and vegetables and lentils or sweet potatoes or something healthy, with the salad or some soups or something? Like, do you notice the difference if you eat that? No, I don't know. No, man, I'm cool. But I see they're not cool. If I'm with them, I can see their moods, their energy level, their mental horsepower and aptitude, all that goes down. Their vibration and frequency goes down. I mean, it's just so obvious. So that's why I thought everybody knew. Like, don't everybody know? And I'd ask them, they're like, they don't know. So if you have a sensitive nervous system, you're gonna see things like that. You're gonna notice stuff that other people don't notice. You're gonna notice how people are feeling. You can know better how they're feeling than they know. That was another thing that surprised me growing up. I'm like, well, if I know how you're feeling, you got to know how you're feeling. No, they don't. So people who are extra sensitive, you're on your way to recognize your spiritual nature if you've realized that this is important. If you realize that's really the main purpose of a human being. It's like the consciousness incarnates into this human form, and then the purpose of life becomes to realize its essence, though, to realize its formless nature, to realize its spiritual self. It like goes to sleep a little bit, gets born in this body, thinks it's the body, and gets conditioned to think like, oh yeah, I need to get a family and a girlfriend or boyfriend and make money and get a job and then retire, go travel, get my senses pleased all the time. How do I please my sense pleasures? And then at some point, when we suffer that enough, something will realize, well, wait a minute, is there something more to me than this human self with all of its desires and tendencies and emotions and mind and thoughts? Is there something behind all that? So those where that aspiration is kicked in, you're going to appreciate having a sensitive nervous system. That's the main benefit. I mean, can I think of more benefits? I don't really want to, because that's the main benefit. And that benefit is worthwhile from all the negative side to it. There's always negative and positive. You can't get away from that. But if you got a sensitive nervous system, you got to really pay attention. That's why this is what I talk about on this channel. What you eat, your lifestyle habits, who you're hanging out with, your environment. Because all that is going to play a part as to what your experience is in this body with the sensitive nervous system. Meaning, is it going to be more pleasant or not? This is why you got to look at your life and make changes. It's not a moral thing. It's a common sense thing. It's a wisdom thing. You have a certain body type with certain weaknesses, and so you want to use your knowledge to help give balance to that. This is what you do. And then you can help others also. And then that gives a nice joy. When you forget about yourself and you're helping others, because a lot of people, they're very self-absorbed in their own little world. That's all they're thinking about. Me, 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 me. Then that can exacerbate the symptoms you have from having a sensitive nervous system or mental health disorders, etc. But when you're tuned to helping others, you forget about yourself. You forget about your human self. When you forget about yourself, then you're being your real self. The real self, the God self, can shine through when we forget about our human self. This is the thing. This is why service is a big deal. And you'll feel intuitively when it's time to be of service, and God will show you what form that will take. Can't do it prematurely. We got to make sure we're at a state to where we actually have something to give or serve. We got to go through the grind a little while. This evolutionary process can be a bit messy. It's okay. We can handle it. You'll get to the other side. Don't give up. Use diet and spiritual practice. You can see my other channel, Spiritual Renaissance. Your lifestyle situation. Use that to help make this journey easier. These are tools. These are tools that God gave. They're better tools than external tools. These are the real tools. Getting in alignment with nature and the universe, synchronizing with that. This is the best medicine. This is higher than operations and pills and behavior modification and therapies and whatever else. That has its place too. It's cool, but just remember what the real medicine is. This is what I'm sharing. I'm sharing the real medicine. All right, have a good day.